Welcome back to this episode of Inside Stories by Anu in partnership with the Chennai Angels. We are speaking to the founders of the Paperflite team. Were you always self-funded? When did you decide to go and get some external funding?
We started the first year by bootstrapping between Yeager and Anand were both in the US. They were making a lot of money, and it was me in Chennai. Relatively. So we were talking to a lot of conversations with different people until we met this gentleman called Balram who was with the Chennai Angels at the time. And that's how our journey started with securing funds and our introduction to the Chennai Angels.
Right. So this was how many years into operation?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half. So you looked at quite a few options before you met Balram?
We were having multiple parallel conversations with different investors, some of our customers here who wanted to do out of excitement, and then when you were getting closer to it, they're like, they'll stop answering the call.
Exactly. It's a first timer thing, right? I mean, people did warn us. They said, until money hits the bank, don't celebrate, don't get excited. And we were always celebrating for every single conversation. There was a lot of tracks running on the table.
And it was also wearing you out, right? Because there is this, when we say we are so naive, when someone says that, oh, this is brilliant, we want to go ahead with it, you really think the money is going to hit the bank tomorrow, right? And that was, with Chennai Angels, it was very different because there was a very clear expectation set, right? You know what are the stages that you're going to go through. And the fact that we were introduced to the team by Lakshmi made it so much more special because this is the man that we saw growing up when he was building Cognizant, right? And we were fresh out of college. The humility with which he will walk the floor and for us to learn was just unimaginable. So that's how we started our journey with Chennai Angels.
Right. And what role do they play and how have they helped you in your growth?
First and foremost is the financial discipline. Right? Because we were very clear with what we wanted from an investment partner. We didn't want our investment partners to do the sales for us. We wanted their help to make us build a solid foundational company, right? So the first year and a half to two, we had a solid audit that will happen every quarter, right? That made sure that we will document a receipt worth 30 rupees. Right? Because we were told that if you have to build a larger organization, that financial discipline from day one has to be there, right? Because you have to be responsible with your money. You've got to know how much you have in the bank. You've got to know where you're spending it. The second is the sounding board, right? So we have Ajit on the board for us, and I still remember the conversation the first time when we met. He said, Vinod, this is my first investment board opportunity. I want to learn together with you.
Oh, what
and
a
he's
nice
a man that has built empires out there, right? Who's telling that I'm going to learn with you. Right? Because we've seen growing, seen Kivraj Motors, we've seen Olympia grew, and the humility for him to. So right from day one, he gave us absolute independence. He made sure that he's available when we wanted, but he gave you that freedom to execute what you wanted, right? So I think to us that was really great.
So we've spoken about how you started, how you went into the funding, what your growth plans are, etc. from the founder's perspective. And I would say this is the right time to get Ajit Chordia in. So let us welcome Ajit Chordia, the Managing Director of Olympia Group and the deal champion of Chennai Angels. Ajit, thank you very much for joining us. So the first question that I would like to pose to you is, what is it that really caught your attention?
With respect to Paperflite, I was given this particular assignment to be the deal champion. So I had the privilege of interacting with the Paperflite team and then recommending to the Chennai Angels. And once I interacted with the team Paperflite, we were interested that here is a team of young professionals, all highly educated, coming from a very very strong company and having worked in hardcore marketing, and a product which they are bringing in looked really really interesting.
They said that one of the biggest help that they got from the Chennai Angels was financial discipline. In what other area did you feel that you had scope to mentor them, and in what other areas did you support them?
See, I'll be frank on this particular thing. See, these people knew their work, they knew the market, they knew their client, and they were highly disciplined. I mean, they have never gone berserk on spend just because the money is there. Let us keep spend and acquiring customers. So they have been very, very clear map. They have been having every year. They have been every quarter. They have been having a growth. There is a cash positive company right from day one. And as and when the more acquisition, the more the top line. That is the time they have been investing money on acquisition of additional manpower or for the promoting the product. So it is not that just I get about $1 million, so let me burn and then take the numbers up and let me acquire customers.
Yeah.
So they have been very, very disciplined.
Yeah. And in what other areas do you get involved as the deal champion from the Chennai Angels?
It's only the review which is there, and good systems are there at the Chennai Angels. So there's a third party assessor who takes who reviews the performance of the company. So they have the systems in place, and then once in 3 months, once in 4 months, we do have a review with the team here and the Chennai Angels team. But from day one, I think they never needed what is the product or how you would go, or this is a marketing plan, or you need to change your plan, what you need to do. There was never any need here.
So what would you say has been your biggest contribution to them as a team?
I will say that, see, these people knew their job. I told you, they have been pretty disciplined. Chennai Angels could have been just someone in the back. If you look at Mahabharata, you have that Ekalavya, the story of that fellow. He made Dronacharya as his guru. Dronacharya never told him how to use a bow and arrow or anything like that, but still he was guru. So I think something like that could be there as far as the team Paperflite. They have someone at the back to support them. What happened was, during the pandemic, we just inquired from them, things are comfortable, is enough money available with you? They said, no, we're pretty good, so our growth plans are there. In fact, so money is available and we are spending very, very judiciously.
Right.
So some of the other companies where Chennai Angels had invested, during pandemic, the business had come down, they needed support, and they raised additional money and we made available to them.
Apart from the fact that they're very confident, they've got a great product, what is the one thing that distinguishes them in their path towards success?
They know their job, they know their product, they know how to take it, they're taking it step by step. A few months back, we had a call with Paperflite. We asked them, Karke, would you look at raising funds now at this point of time? Market is good. He was very clear, Karke, I don't require funds at this point of time. I'm waiting for this milestone. Then I will wait for this milestone. Perhaps at that milestone, I would look at a pre-series A to raise the fund. If not, any other promoter would have been there. Oh, it's a good opportunity for me to raise money. Let me go and raise money.
Yeah.
These people know, let's wait. We have a product that's doing well. We will have our deal.
We know that Paperflite, the team, is very clear about where they want to go in the future. Do you have an aspiration for them?
The way in which the team is performing, and I would look at this particular company to be an independent company and to look at reaching the coveted status of a unicorn.
Great, from your mouth to their ears. So that's what we hope. This is a great equation that you have with the founders. It's very clear that you are very clearly on their side, and you know that they know how they're running their ship. And I hope this continues, and thank you very much for making the time.
Thank you, Anu.
Thank you, sir.